Hey, how's it going?
Okay, if you're not on this after you said how much you wanted to make these.
Oh, I'm on, and I'm actually making everything.
Oh my goodness,
ready.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, like legitimately. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I am not making them. I'm just watching because I didn't buy any of the ingredients, but I was like, oh, it'll be fun to come on and just say hi and talk.
Yeah, I agree. You can but you've made every single one, so it's, I feel like.
I haven't made them all, but I've made like the past few for sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I'm excited about.
I'm excited to watch you cook.
Sorry?
I'm excited to watch you cook.
Oh, yes.
Assemble.
Andrew's saying assemble.
Yeah, that's true. There's no cooking. There's just putting it together.
Exactly.
Hello. It still counts.
Hello. How goes it?
How's it going, friends?
So, an interesting turn of events, Lauren. I'm just watching, and Kayla's actually going to make food with you.
Wow.
Pinch yourself. This is actual, we're not dreaming.
Not a dream.
It's not like Freaky Friday or something?
Yeah.
Or it's like I'm in Andrew's body and Andrew's in my body.
Yeah. Andrew, I love your shaved beard.
So it's like actually just Kayla on the camera, and then like hands making all the food or Andrew. Yeah, exactly. So awesome.
That's more believable for some reason.
Hi, Hel.
Hello. My mom might log in too.
Okay,
Just
awesome.
so you know.
That's awesome.
Are you not going to make them, Hill?
No, because that would involve me having the right ingredients. So I thought I would just watch. I like your wine better. I thought I would just watch.
Yeah.
And watch Lauren's technique and then be able to
recreate.
This wine glass is my favorite, but like right here, the bee is getting so faded because like that's where I hold it, so you can tell how much I use it. But it's like one of my favorites.
Another one just like that.
I got a new one from Mary today. I got one of those see you smile things. It says a good day starts with coffee and ends with wine.
Who'd you get it from?
Mary.
Oh, I don't know who she is.
She's in Aurora.
Oh, that's why.
I'm sorry.
What are you sorry about?
Oh, that place called Aurora? Nobody knows about it.
So, Kayla, the first thing you do is shut off your camera.
That recipe's not going to work.
No, that recipe's not going to work at all. That's going to make Andrew have to make something.
What do you want?
Okay, so Hill, the first thing I always do is my carrots because I feel like they take the longest. And I cut them wide but thin. Yeah, perfect.
Oh. I cut them like an animal.
Well, you're learning. I cut them wide and thin because they're easier to bite when someone bites into the roll. If they're a little bit thicker, then they don't bite. And if they're bendy, they'll roll with my roll.
Okay.
Good to know.
You did wrong already.
I did it wrong already. It's like tiny Julienne.
It's a
That's
learning
good.
process.
It'll still work, just differently. This is the point of the cooking class, Kayla.
Well, that's it. I always love these ones so much when you do them. So I'm like, I'll just watch and see how you put
Yeah.
everything nicely together.
Are starting to arrive at Toronto Police headquarters at College Street for the very latest.
We got some news going on.
Let's go live to C24 Beatrice Baseman. And Beatrice, I have to point out, this is all happening in the middle of a pandemic.
Oh, Sarah's here.
Should I do something?
What?
Hey, Sarah.
Hi. Oh my gosh.
Fixing your hair?
I was like, I just looked in the mirror. I was like, oh my goodness.
I just went hat.
Yeah, I think I'm like, wow. Not a good hair day.
I was asleep on the couch and had a bad hair day going on. I was like, it's 4. I am going to go have a shower as fast as I possibly can.
I've been gardening all day, so today's the best day.
Flower garden or your flower garden or your veggie garden?
Andrew did the veggies and I did all my flowers. I am
Amazing.
happy. How was your day?
I did similar things. We went for a long car ride, but I went to my favorite farmer's market, the one out on the end of Highway 9, just past the 400 on the north side there.
Yep.
Beside the firewood place.
Yes.
Because they gave me so I bought a bunch of plants and I had 8 plants and they were like $12.
Nice.
Like, amazing.
Can't go
And then
wrong.
I bought a bunch of other produce that ended up being more than $12. But yeah, that's my favorite. And we went, Jordan wanted to see some farms that he's been looking at. They're basically like 4-car garage houses on a bunch of land. So we went yeah.
Like to buy?
Yeah, but I don't want to move right now, so just looking. I'd like to enjoy the pool for a full year. Hi, Tracy.
Hi.
I love your hair.
Thanks. I watched it.
Me too.
So funny.
Bethany, did you read that book at all, or what's that book about? As you have a mouthful, if you want to ask me questions.
It's just like a lot of like little pages of quotes and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cute.
Mm-hmm.
That's very you. Great. There's a couple more that said they were coming, so I'm gonna stall.
Okay.
I was gonna happily chop my veggies. Kayla, so yeah, I'm doing my cucumber. I do it the same way. I cut it pretty thin, and then I matchstick it again, so that I like them like foldy. There's my technical term.
Okay.
Are you actually making them, Sarah?
No, not at all.
I was gonna say after your
I was like, after your comment, it's like, I was shocked.
No, I am creating a sourdough blueberry muffin recipe. I'm experimenting.
wow.
That sounds delicious. We'll see. Right now, I'm fully experimenting. I'm putting things in a bowl.
So last night, I said to Andrew I was craving a chocolate chip cookie. So he made homemade chocolate chip cookies, and he took like a dark chocolate bar and cut it up into little chips. Like he just whipped it up. It was really good. Andrew's been on like a baking spree. It was good and bad.
Well, that sounds like love to me, Kayla.
I think so.
Jordan's never made me cookies, but he's bought me a lot of cookies.
Same thing.
Same person.
It's the same.
The only reason why I'm here is because Andrew brought me all the supplies for this thing today.
Oh,
You mean he forced your hand?
I think he wants me to learn.
Okay, so one thing that I make sure of too is that all my stuff is the same length, because it makes it easier when you're rolling. Because if you have one carrot that's like way longer than everything else, it's going to pierce through the end of the rice paper.
okay, I'm dying over here, just so you know.
I know. I almost called it what you called it when I said that. But I'm not going to say that right now because everyone's going to stop making them with me as soon as I say what you think.
I'll be good.
Never tell my kids that.
Because then they'll never eat them again.
Well, they don't really know what that is, but still they'll be like, what is, if Sarah Tops doesn't like them, I don't like them.
Oh, yeah, that I would feel bad.
Yeah. Although we've somehow made them believe that eating lettuce makes them faster, so they're like, where's my lettuce with my dinner every single night now?
Lauren, should you be soaking anything like the rice papers at all?
Not yet, but you should heat up your kettle with water for your rice paper wraps, or you can just tap water, but it needs to be really hot.
Okay.
These are mostly about the prep. The actual act of making them doesn't take much.
Lauren, what do you do with the cabbage?
I'm about to show you. So I just break a couple leaves off because I don't want to slice the whole cabbage because I'm probably going to make another meal out of this later with that. And I don't want it to start browning on me. So I usually take about 3 leaves because it's pretty tough in your thing. So I'm going to take all 3 leaves and I'm going to stack them all together. And then what I do is I roll it, Kayla.
Okay.
Into basically like a taco kind of thing. And then you're gonna super fine slice like tiny, tiny lines.
Okay.
And it's gonna look like shredded lettuce.
Okay.
So now it looks like little strings that I'm dropping everywhere. You wanna see again?
Yeah. Thank you.
But I find by rolling it, it makes it a lot easier to cut it. And to keep the lines consistent. And then don't, Kayla, don't include the ends because the ends where the spine are a little bit too hard.
Okay.
So I boil my water because I like it to be super hot while I'm prepping everything else. I fill a pie plate with the hot water. You can do anything that is a little bit larger than your rice paper.
Great.
So you just take 1 sheet at a time and place it into the water. Let's make sure there's water on top of it. Don't burn yourself. And just let it sit there for a while. I didn't put celery in the list, but I always put celery in mine. And the same thing goes for how I chopped all the other vegetables. Do it as finely and thinly as possible because celery, again, is another one that you bite into and then like the strings come out of it. So usually lengthwise, cut one celery stalk into 3 pieces. And then start slicing it very, very finely. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody have a good day today? No? No good day?
Yes.
Worst Saturday ever?
Great day.
You heard about my experience at Home Depot already, Lauren.
Oh, you should tell them.
Yeah,
Oh,
the stones are still in my car because I don't want to move them twice.
Oh no. What happened?
No, so I went to Home Depot to get stones for my front lawn. Pretty large, so I don't know, like 1.5 feet by 2 feet wide. And I needed 9, so I get a cart and I load all 9 by myself onto the cart. They're heavy, but I did it. And then I take the cart, which was probably the hardest part, is like moving the cart with the 9 stones like out to my car, and I start loading them in the car. And this random stranger's just like, oh, do you need help? And I'm like super polite. I'm like, no, like I'm okay, it's fine. He's like, well, it looks like you're struggling, so I'm gonna help you anyways.
Oh,
Okay. Sure.
did you not say to him, this is like nothing for me?
I know. I don't know if it was because like the first 2 that I was putting in, I was being like super careful because I wanted to like stack them and I wanted to make sure I had enough room. So I was like careful. And so he's like, oh, she must be struggling. I was like, how do you think I got them on the cart? I lifted them on myself.
She's a girl. Clearly she's struggling.
I'm not sure where it should bury him under
It's
them.
not you. It's his own bias. And he's trying to be nice.
We don't expect that.
Or he's hitting on you.
No,
That was fun.
he like
That's
literally
what
like
I
left
was
the
gonna
car
say.
and was like, oh, you must be struggling. I'm gonna help you. I mean, I'm sure they were just trying to be nice, but I said I was okay.
You look very strong when you left, so don't worry. I don't think it's you.
Again, I'm gonna take this down a bad route, so I just won't talk.
No, please do. Please do.
It's being recorded. I can't do that.
Smart. Okay. The other thing that I sometimes add, but mine aren't ripe right now, are avocados. I like the creamy texture that it and kind of glue that it uses for them, but mine are hard as a rock, so I can't do that today. So.
Stop it.
Sarah's really struggling right now.
Sarah,
I'm gonna mute myself.
I walked right into that one.
You totally did.
Oh man. Okay, so Kayla and Pam, you guys are making them. Put one of your rice papers into the hot water if you haven't already.
I'm gonna do it.
She showed me. That's it. Can you show me how, is it too thick for the cabbage?
That looks a little bit thick. It's like,
She told you to roll it and cut it.
I know, but I thought I could do.
Well, you thought you could not listen to her. Perfect. Awesome.
hi, Sloane.
Poor Kayla. She has 2 people telling her what to do.
Yeah.
3. What are you talking about?
Third.
Well, me and Lauren.
And the 4th person is not very good instinct.
Child spouse.
Careful, Sloane.
They're high-fiving.
It's gonna be like, she's either gonna quit or you guys are gonna get kicked out of the house.
She's got to eat tomorrow, so that's not gonna happen.
There. Okay, so one of the options that I posted was jalapeno. I have some here, but I'm obviously gonna feed them to the kids, so I'm not gonna burn their faces off. So instead I like to use for a kick, I like to use red onion because red onion actually does taste spicy when it's in this. And again, I do it super fine, thin, so that it's not too overwhelming. When you assemble them, you want to use a little bit. So I'll show you my cutting board, hopefully without tipping the entire thing, but let's see here. You can see how much of each thing that I've done. So quite a bit of cucumber, quite a bit of carrot, a lot of peppers, a lot of lettuce, a little bit of cabbage, and a very little bit of onion. And I'm gonna take a picture of that because
It looks pretty.
yeah, it's so colorful. So Pam, do you have a soaked rice paper? That I just ripped mine.
Yeah, it's in there.
Okay.
I'm still talking. I'm like 10 minutes behind you.
Okay. You got time. I just ripped mine.
Oh, good.
Okay. I'm gonna put mine in for shorter time this time. And not pat it down with my knife. I'm gonna let my kettle burn for so long. It's so nice. I came down from my shower and Jordan already had a glass of wine waiting for me. He's now trained on Saturdays. Open wine for me.
One at a time, Lauren? You took one sheet at a time?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, Kayla, can you see the consistency of my rice paper wrap here? It's like,
Really?
yeah.
I think you said on there how long to soak them for.
She's used rice paper wrap before? So what I do, Kayla, after I do, it's kind of hard to see on my white plate. Stretch it out, sort of see it there after it's soaked. Trying not to make Sarah laugh. After it's soaked a little bit, so it's still kind of tacky, and that's how it stays to the plate. So here's my process. I always go lettuce first because it like softens where I'm gonna wrap. I always put everything on the far side so that as you're rolling, there's more rice paper around it. If you put it in the center, you have to fold, and it doesn't do as tight as a wrap. Then I do some cucumber, the pepper. And basically, for how wide you want your lettuce to be is how long your longest vegetable is. So typically your pepper is going to be your longest vegetable. And it's easy to get carried away by overfilling them.
We
But
put the mint in, right, Lauren?
you what?
The mint?
Say it again.
Mint?
Mint? Oh yeah. If you want mint, you can put it in too.
Right.
The boys, my boys don't love mint, so I don't put it in. You can use green peppers too. I just did red and yellow. And then just a little bit of cabbage because like I said, it's a little bit tougher, but it's pretty. Some celery. And you want to stack it all together on top of each other. You don't want it to spread out. And again, remember, just a little bit of red onion because it's potent. And then you're going to pull from underneath it. Now you have to be very careful not to rip. So as you're pulling the rice paper over the vegetables, be gentle and just roll. And as soon as it's covered, as soon as your vegetables are covered with the seam of the rice paper, pull the ends in and make them stick. And then just keep rolling. And then you got one. Look at that, so easy. You can do green onion instead of red onion too. That's a little less potent. And then you just put your next sheet in and wait, and then repeat, and repeat, and repeat, and repeat, and repeat, and repeat. If you happen to have extra vegetables, it's not the worst thing. You can have everything prepped for a stir fry the next day, which is awesome. Or a salad, or a veggie platter, which happens sometimes. Cheers, Bethany. Is anybody else drinking? Is it just Bethany and I drinking? Pam, you got a drink?
No, I don't.
Oh, water? Oh, there you go.
Nice glass though, Kayla.
Cider. What's the cider?
Oh, apple cider, not
This
water.
is the biscuit spritz.
Oh, nice.
That sounds tropical.
It sounds like it wouldn't be good, but it's good actually.
Anything that tastes like Hawaii would be good right now.
Pretty much.
It's really good.
Okay. So you just keep doing the same thing over and over again. If you know that like you have a preference towards one vegetable, you can always add more of that than the other, but it's really important not to overfill them because then it's not going to close. If you guys have an avocado on hand, I highly recommend it. Just slice it nice and thin. Just put 2 thin slices in it. Kayla, not you though, because then certain people won't be able to eat it.
Important people.
Certain people that bought you everything you need. Another thing you can do, if you don't want to make the dip separately, you can always make the dip and then put it into the rice paper wraps. I also sometimes make like a wasabi mayo and put that in it as well, if I don't want to dip, and if I want them to be for the next day. If you want them to be for the next day, if you put the put a dish and then put a wet paper towel in and then place them in it, then you can save them for lunch for the next day. Have you rolled one yet, Pam or Kayla?
Not yet.
You're performing miracles, Lauren.
Very nice, Kayla.
Wow.
Where's Robert?
You haven't made this sauce yet.
I haven't made this sauce yet.
Yeah. You haven't eaten them yet, Kayla. It's not a miracle until somebody eats it.
Touch all the food, please.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
That's where they are.
Sloan doesn't want to wait.
Yeah, Sloan's like, I see 2 ready. I'll take those. Hey, Sloan, how's your CrossFit going with Yaja?
So, Lauren, answer your
I want to
question.
ask you how your training's going with Yaja.
She's being shy.
She's being shy. She had a good session yesterday.
Yeah. Getting strong?
Getting stronger. Getting sillier.
Gonna outlift you, Kayla?
In person, though.
You shy to do it in person?
No, it will be nice.
Oh. By the end of this, I'm gonna have Kayla yelling because I keep making her repeat herself. Okay, I'm gonna make this one, and then I'm gonna make the sauce for everyone else to see. Hill, what's your mom's name?
Jennifer. She doesn't have her video on though.
Ah,
Mom, can you hold your thing?
self on mute too.
What do you want me to do? Make TV on? Okay. So you want to watch?
Hi, Hill's mom, if you're listening. All right, that was probably my best one, but nice and solid. You also don't want to put too much stuff in it because you want to be able to eat it. Sorry, Sarah. Okay, I am going to make the sauce now. So, let's see. Okay, we're gonna need a bunch of stuff. So the reason that natural peanut butter doesn't work in this one is because you need the sweet from creamy peanut butter, from like the typical peanut butter. You can do it. I just recommend you just add a little bit of sugar to it anyways. So you may as well just use the crappy stuff. But yeah, it's most of it like the creaminess and the consistency, because natural peanut butter is very separated and this is all mixed together. You're gonna have enough oils that we're gonna add in anyways, and sauces that are gonna make it liquidy. So if you have a very liquidy sauce, it's kind of a liquidy peanut butter, it's just gonna make it even more soupy. So that's why I always say just stick with the only reason we have this, and when I'm making icing for people, it's the only reason we have this one around.
Lauren, I'm using wild butter. So how's like it's no peanut butter. It's the fake.
I think it's pretty creamy compared to natural peanut butter.
Creamy.
Yeah.
It's super creamy and super sugary. What?
Yeah, I think you're good.
What do I do? How much do I put?
So it is.
I would do the same, Kayla, whatever the recipe calls for. It's pretty much the same consistency.
So the sauce, for anyone writing it down, is 1/3 a cup of creamy peanut butter, 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of honey or maple syrup, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, 2 cloves of garlic, pressed or minced, or garlic powder if that's what you have. Oh, the bunny's in my backyard. And 2 to 3 tablespoons of water, just to increase the liquefy. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. You can also add sriracha to it and make it spicy. Tabasco doesn't quite do the same thing. Tabasco is like, I don't know, it's more of a shallow heat, if that makes sense to anybody who likes spicy things, where sriracha has more of a full body heat. That's my spicy connoisseur part for you.
Lauren, can I ask you to do something annoying? Can you put in the chat box how much like what goes into the sauce?
You bet I can.
Thank you. Sorry.
Michelle's sending me videos from the gym right now of them preparing for the return. I apologize if my spelling is bad because I'm far away from the screen so that you guys can see. I'm really close to the keyboard.
Andrew, I feel like you're going to need to send us reviews of Kayla's spring rolls when she's done.
Definitely. They're on.
Yeah, I'll let you know how they taste.
If she's allowed to return next Saturday or not.
You don't know if she's there or not, and if she has ingredients or a bottle of wine. That's gonna be the two.
It'll be noted on my wifely performance review.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, you're only allowed to watch still. You're not allowed to cook.
Demoted.
If it's me here cooking next week, then you know how they went this week. So.
Look how far I've come. I am now doing this. This is a big deal.
It is a big deal.
I bought everything for you.
Okay, great, but I'm actually doing it.
Oh, that's funny.
Love it.
Okay, there. Kayla, can you see it?
That's in the bowl. I was just gonna put in the tap off the sauce. I can remember what she said. So.
Okay.
So it says 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, but I love sesame oil, so I'm probably gonna add 2. And then that's probably gonna omit the tablespoons of water for me. But if you don't like sesame oil or you don't love it, then you can leave that part out. There are also much simpler ways to make this sauce, and then like hoisin, butter, that's it. That also makes a really delicious sauce that's super easy too. That one is just equal parts. So if it's a 1/3 cup of creamy peanut butter, then it's a 1/3 cup of hoisin. Mix it together, also a good sauce. So if that works better for you guys, Hendersons and Kayla, if that's better for your everything to do hoisin and peanut butter, then that's fine. Or well butter.
Do you start back to work on Monday, Tracy?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
I am. It's going to be, I'm going to take it really slow and very limited. And
Okay.
then I think I'll assess every couple of weeks and then we'll go from there.
Wow.
Yeah. One of my friends was saying, Tracy, that you have to change your clothes between each massage.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I thought that was extreme.
Yeah. Well, because no one's really touching you, like the therapist, right? Doesn't get touched.
Hopefully, Tracy. Hopefully. There may be a Pablo in the group.
That's my side gig.
Yeah, I'm gonna message you. I'll take anything you've got, any day, any hour.
Okay, I'll look at my schedule.
I'm dying. I'm like dying. This is like a massage and a haircut. That's all I need.
You know what's funny is that Clico has her appointment before Jordan does to get her hair and nails done before Jordan can get a haircut. She's already booked in with Sarah. They can see it.
I'm now remembering why I make these very often.
There's so much work.
Oh my god! And for 7 people, like this would take me all.
I think I made them. What was it? It was after. I think it maybe was Bethany and Michelle's birthday party, and it was on one of the open nights. And I went and did my open workout, came home, and basically made rice paper wraps because we were having so many people over that like I just made 1,000 rice paper wraps that day and like just finished before they got to the house.
Ah.
Well, it's definitely
Justify all the work.
Well, I can bring this now. I can be in charge of
This will be Kayla's contribution.
We might need the review first.
Yeah. You're really good at bringing wine though.
This is recording when I don't try. This is why if it's not broken.
I was gonna say I don't think Sarah eats them
Phil's
anyway.
mom's gonna be like, Hill, you need new friends. These are nice.
Kayla, you can bring them, but I won't eat them. I won't eat them regardless.
Kayla,
So.
Sarah wouldn't eat anybody's spring rolls. It's not like just a hit against you. She just won't eat the spring rolls.
Well, that's right. You have a thing about spring rolls. I forgot about that.
I have a thing about texture.
Yeah.
It's the rice paper.
But the call is being recorded, so we won't talk about it.
Nope. I understand.
Also, Hill's mom's on the call, so.
You get a good laugh out of that one.
Okay, I'm going to have to hear about this next time we get together.
Well,
Yeah. Not on Zoom calls,
Yeah.
Tracy. But
At a
in person.
restaurant. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I stopped saying what I was doing because it's written on the thing, but I'm at the sesame, the oil part of the sauce. Oh, it's delicious, the sesame. I could literally just dip these in sesame oil. It's so good. Maybe some peanut butter and sesame. And then next is garlic, and then I'm gonna not do the water because I'm not gonna need it.
Where did you find the sesame oil? Andrew couldn't find it.
It was sold out.
Oh, it's sold out.
So wasabi and sesame oil are two things that have been randomly sold out. I don't know if people are getting a little bit more courageous with their recipes and all that kind of stuff. But always message me because I kind of hoard wasabi and sesame oil when I see them, because sometimes you go and they're just gone. So if I happen to walk by it, I grab it. So I have like 3 sesame oils and like 4 wasabi. So I'm the reason it's sold out.
Lauren, it looks like without tasting, like I've upped my wife game. Like that's legit.
Looks good.
It's awesome.
Like they're together, like they're an actual, I would eat one.
I'm gonna eat one. Cold right now.
Eat one right now.
Yeah,
Oh, look at that. Sloanie is in. She wants to eat one right now. Sloanie, eat one and show us what you think.
Want to come try
You want
one?
to come try one?
No, I'll eat one.
You know, and you can dip it in the sauce too.
Did Andrew make the sauce?
Yeah.
Is it a measurements thing?
Okay, and then dip it in the sauce.
Oh, thumbs up.
Hey!
That's really good.
Yes.
Okay.
Kayla, I'm so proud of you.
Not a winner with the kids.
Not a winner with a 6-year-old.
Hey, Sloanie can be on my team.
Her face was so funny.
That was recorded.
Yeah.
So Sloane's gonna need another dinner, Andrew. Kayla, you're muted. Okay, so I'm gonna dice up my garlic.
Yeah, see, Sloanie's on my team.
Yeah, she totally is. They're probably like, shoot, what are we gonna make her for dinner? Hi, Sloanie. Okay. I am going to add a bit of sriracha to my sauce too, because I know that Jordan and I are going to want it to be a little more spicy than bland. But you can not add it, or you can separate it and make one with and one without sriracha as well.
How much sriracha?
You what?
How much sriracha?
You're out of sriracha?
No, how much?
Oh, how much? Well, how spicy do you like it? You could do, I mean, I'm probably going to do a teaspoon and then try it and see, and then if it's not too spicy, add another teaspoon.
All right.
So with the sauce, mixing the peanut butter in can get a little bit messy. If you have a spin chopper, you can toss it in the spin chopper and it'll mix together. With the blender, you can mix, or you can just very slowly blend it together. So there's all my sauce ingredients. Purely only doing it this way because I'm lazy. Put my hair in it. So The reason they say add water is because it can be hard to dip the rice paper in if it's too thick. So it's up to you. But I usually just add more sesame oil. This is gonna look yucky on the screen, but it smells really good. But that's, so you can see mine's like moving around, that liquidy. How are you doing, Pam? Good. We're all cheering for Kayla, and Pam's like just slaving away.
No, it's all good. It's good.
If you've made them before, I feel like you need less cheer.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I put maple in them this time to try something.
So next week we're gonna make the pepperoni cups, Kayla, that I made for your birthday.
Ooh.
I made them today as like a tester again. They're just so easy, they're kid friendly, and you can change them up by putting different toppings in that you want. So it's basically, it's like a crusty pepperoni pizza without any crust. So the pepperoni is the cup, and then you fill it with tomato sauce and cheese and whatever toppings. That is next week's. I'm not even gonna put it to a vote. I've just decided. Because it's pretty healthy, and it's like it's a good appetizer, or it's like today we had it for lunch and everybody was full after we were done, so.
I approve.
Perfect.
I approve as well. I'll make it. I'll actually make it. I promise.
It's one you can feed to Sloane, especially if you find some gluten-free pepperoni. You can make it for Sloane, no problem. And she can actually make it alongside you. I'm gonna have Ben help me make it, and Alex will probably just watch us. Okay. Make more wraps. Jordan usually eats these faster than I can make them, so it's kind of nice that he's busy right now. So I have a chance of eating some of these tonight. So the other reason to make these as quickly as possible is because the rice paper will dry out. It's nice when it dries out a little bit, because then they become easier to hold and bite, and they hold their shape a little bit better. But if you let them dry out too much, they become too tacky, and it's harder to eat them. Sarah's still on mute, right?
She is.
Yep.
Okay. Got another one. These actually, Kayla, would pair very nicely with a cider, especially if you make the spicy ones, which it sounds like.
I agree. They pair quite nicely.
Yeah. A cider with all these veggies and the peanut toss would be so good.
Yeah. So Andrew was asking me how many men have come to the cooking class, and so I was telling him that he's the first. But it's interesting how like predominantly women come. But I was saying to him, I feel like people have asked you for the recipes and have made it independently.
Yeah, so a lot of guys actually just message me and ask for the recipes. Like Marcy and Simon have messaged me for some of the recipes. And also like Michelle and Matthew Waddington, they make them together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
There you go. I was thinking, seeing as it's all an all girls group right now, plus Andrew.
Hey.
It's been a while since we had a girls' night. We need a girls' night. Like, what do we do first? A group party or a girls' night?
It's true though, because it's been a long time.
Or a boys' night.
I mean, we can split houses. Half can go here and half can go there.
We'll take the pool.
Oh, man. Fine, we'll take the fire pit.
You go.
Just Jordan has to come get me because I'm not going to be driving.
You can stay over because he's getting the kids, right?
Oh, look at that. Shoot, just turn into brunch.
Yeah, we'll take the kids.
We'll take Sloan. I'll trade you 2 for 1.
2 for 1.
That's a good deal. I'll take it.
She actually made me send a text. She's like, "Have you heard from Jordan how his arm is?"
Aww. Cute.
She's blushing. She's blushing.
That's very nice. So Ben has a friend in his class named Claire, and her mom's the mom that I shoveled the path from my street all the way to the kindergarten pickup spot. And he's like, we're in the middle of his teacher call, and Claire was on there, and he's like, Claire, did you get her baby out? I was like, do you mean did she have the baby? And Claire's dad was the only one on the call and was like, that's so nice to like remember and like to ask. And I was like, yeah, he remembers everything. Like Sloanie, like they have these crazy elephant memories.
How
Well, like, what, months ago?
has been school going so far?
We've moved a lot of it to outside. I don't do a lot of inside stuff anymore because he doesn't want to sit still. Like he looks outside. Like remember how you were when it was a nice day and stuck in school staring outside at like hot weather and all that kind of stuff? You don't want to focus. So I moved most of the tasks she asked me to do outside. The only thing he's behind on is his online reading because it's hard for him to focus while Alex is sitting beside him. But he can read signs now, so I feel like I've done something. So when we're driving around, he reads what the sign is, so that's good. Like today we were stopped at a red light beside a Dodge Ram, and he was like, Ram 1500, and I was like, oh, that's a Ram 1500. He's like, okay. I was like, yeah, I believe there's no context, but still.
That's
So,
really good though.
yeah, I feel like he's doing okay, but I don't think he's as far as he would be with his teachers, obviously.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome.
He's different far. It's not less. It's just different.
Yeah, and like he's gotten really good at doing chores and that kind of stuff around the house. He's gotten really good at folding clothes. So life skills, I guess.
Life skills, yeah.
Like Pam, you were saying that, right? Like life skills, like teaching them their meals every week, right? That's life skills.
I've stopped giving Bryn stuff. She's in grade 1. I'm like, I just don't have time in the day, and we're in the middle of staffing and timetabling, and I can't with her every day. So she's just all about life skills, and maybe TikTok. I'm not gonna lie.
If I let him do TikTok,
When is she ever gonna stay home? When is she ever gonna be home like this again?
yeah, it's true. Well, hopefully not never.
Right?
If we have any say in it.
She can read pretty good, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, I'm stopping. I'm not making anymore.
Did you make your sauce?
I gave up.
You gave up on your sauce?
I'm cheating on the sauce today. I have a favorite sweet and sour that I like, so I picked it up.
That works.
I have. And it's just Mark and I got Bryn some cucumber sushi.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, your other parents. That's why I wanted them.
Yeah, the boys asked me for sashimi today. But they were being little punks all day, so we said no. Gotta be nice to get
Yeah, I still need to try that fish place you talked about.
Oh, so good. I'm pretty sure most of the people on here have been there. It's so good.
It's so good.
I need to find something because I'm super picky. Because my family owns like they're commercial fishermen. So when I go home, I just stock up. Just living down here, like I'm not going to eat anything out of Lake Simcoe.
Yeah.
I go to St. Marie and then you're going to eat out of that lake? I don't know.
I think that's fair. It's very picky when it's in your family, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, if Kayla, you have a couple done, and Pam, you have a couple done, should we do our photo? This is actually going to work because I'm on CFNAC accounts, not my own. And everybody not doing stuff, just make a pretty smile.
Okay, one sec.
Okay.
Oh, that looks so pretty, Kayla.
I'll go right here. Okay. Ready? Okay. Your pretty smile, everybody else here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. They're not nearly as pretty when you don't cut them. Like the picture that I posted, I was like, that's not my photo. So I was like, I'm never going to cut one open and then just show it. Because they don't look pretty on the plate right now, but yeah, but they are.
Are these HSN recipes, Lauren, or are they just?
No, this is just something that I always make. But it would be HSN approved. But no, this is just something I always make. We used to live down, first we lived at Yonge and Finch, and then we moved down to Yonge and 401, and there was a Spring Rolls right in between that I could walk to from either condo. And I would eat these all the time. So I had to learn how to make them when we moved up to Newmarket because I was like, I can't drive down to Spring Rolls all the time. So
they're good.
So I learned how to make them. They're pretty common and pretty easy, but it's a great way to get a ton of veggies in. But Andrew, just for you, I also did a whole chicken on the smoker as our protein.
What is it?
I did a whole chicken on the smoker.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's got your rub on it.
Perfect. That's the best.
Yeah, your chicken rub. So we're gonna tell the boys it's Andrew chicken.
Whoever gets them to eat it.
I know. Ben was already on his way because they're working out, doing a CrossFit class right now. And Ben was on his way out and he's like, hey, can I have some of that chicken? I was like, it's Andrew chicken. He's like, oh, can I have a piece now? I'm like, no, work for it. All right, guys. Well, good job. Andrew, we'll wait your formal review.
They're amazing. There, that's it.
There, that's it. Formal review written.
Kayla's allowed to come to cooking class again.
Yeah, especially for next week. You can do next week.
I'll allow it.
If people don't know us, they're going to think he's like controlling when it's the exact opposite.
Yeah, help me, please. Please help me.
That's a really nice way to admit that, Kayla. Well, it was nice to see you guys. Good job today.
Thank you.
Thank you for teaching us.
You're welcome. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
Yeah. Bye, Hill.
Bye.
Bye, Hill's mom.